Hello, my friends. This is the Everyday Prepper. Thanks for joining me as we talk about clothing on the Homestead series. Synthetics, wool and wool blends, and cotton. Those are typically the big ones. Rayon, nylon, and polyester. Those are my favorite when it comes to synthetics. They're typically pretty nice to the touch. They're comfortable to wear, and they're easy to clean. And probably the most important for me is that it's very easy to dry. What about wool? Wool and wool blends, especially blends with synthetics, are my preferred material to put as an insulating layer. But when wool gets wet, it can be a little bit difficult to dry out. But it does retain the insulating values a lot higher than, say, cotton or down. Cotton and down are really difficult to wash and to dry out in the bush. And so we have to look at layering when we talk about clothing selection. Our base layer, for example, is the one up against our skin. It needs to be able to wick away moisture, and that's why I like polyester for that. Our insulating layer, which is our mid layer, could be types of polyester or wool or blends of that. Like polar fleece, for example, is awesome. I really like that a lot. And then our outer shell is going to be a breathable, water resistant, or waterproof material that typically is made up of a combination of polyester and nylon. And what about our underwear? Socks and maybe our boxers or briefs and things like that. I personally think that year-round, a synthetic choice, either nylon or polyester, is the way to go. That's just me personally. I like polyester. Now, in terms of the socks, though, you can switch them out with wool or wool blends when you need them in colder environments. Hats and gloves, I typically stick with polyester, polar fleece type deals, or blends. Maybe wool and really cold environments that are dry. But if it's going to be a more wet environment, I go with the polyester. Boots. You definitely need some water resistant boots, breathable boots. And if it's colder, definitely insulated boots. I definitely look at using, like different polar fleece and stuff as the insulating properties for my boots. And lastly, eyeglasses. I really like safety glasses for my eyeglasses. There's a whole range of impact-resistant glasses. They give you UVA and UVB filtering. It gives you some side protection on your eyes. And really, a big important aspect is the comfort level. If you don't find it to be comfortable, you're probably not going to wear them. So those are some considerations. So in conclusion, clothing is a very large aspect when it comes to homesteading and prepping because it is our first line of shelter. And a lot of times we get caught off guard when we're out in the bush or deep country. And sometimes, if not the majority of times, according to statistics, is that we get ourselves in trouble because the weather and the conditions around us overwhelm us. And so we need to always make sure we have the appropriate clothing because it's our first line of defense to keep and maintain our core body temperature. Thanks for joining me today. You guys take care.